Over 100 women are killed every year in England and Wales by a current or former partner. That's 2 women every week. And it means that 1 woman is killed every 3 days. Men who pose a high risk of domestic violence are set to be given one-to-one support to change their behaviour. But will something like this actually work, Janet?
I think it's a really brave way to deal with a problem, because at the moment, when a man or a woman is abusive to their partner, because it is women as well, we mustn't just say it's only men. Yeah. When they're abusive, the reason why they're abusive isn't always tackled. They might leave their partner and go on and repeat. In fact, lots of them do. The behaviour repeats itself. So I think the key thing here is to change the mindset, and the only way you're going to do that is not just something as drastic as locking people up. Yes, they've got to be punished, but you've got to deal with their psychological makeup. Now, as you all know, I'm completely gripped by the Archers at the moment, where Rob and Helen are in this relationship where Rob is now controlling Helen to such an extent she can't actually leave her own home. And it's the most subtle form of domestic abuse, and one that, you know, up to now has not received a lot of attention because we focused on physical abuse. But this scheme's going to be trialled in Essex, Sussex and South Wales. And the men, it says here that it's men, but I'm sure it's women as well, who are abusive are going to be given one-on-one counselling. They're going to be taught parenting skills, anger management and all sorts of support. And if they refuse it, then the police are going to be keeping a very close eye on them, and they're going to be threatened with a custodial sentence.
Jamelia, this is something that you have first-hand experience of. There are many that might say that it's not the abusers who need support, it's the victims that need support. But would you say that the two need to happen hand in hand?
I mean, you know, as you said, I've been in a domestically abusive relationship in the past, and the effects are lifelong. You know, it's over 15 years ago, and I still, to this day, suffer from that relationship. And I support anything that goes to break that cycle. I feel that, you know, we have to believe in rehabilitation and reform, because if that doesn't happen, then this problem will never be solved. And you know, 100%. I do believe that that the victims need to receive support. I believe that, you know, we desperately need refugees, and we need people to support that. But we also, I think one of the most important things that can happen is communication and being aware, raising awareness and making domestic violence less of a taboo. Put it on, you know, put it on. One of the things, I mean, Janet's just mentioned the Archers. I will never forget watching the storyline with Trevor and Little Mo in EastEnders. And it was while I was going through it, and that was what gave me the strength to get out of my, you know, get out of that relationship. It was seeing that and seeing how it could result, where it could lead to. And at that time, I had a very small baby, and I just thought, I can't let that be me. Now, had I not seen that, would I have, you know, would I have become aware of it? Would I have become aware of the support that was out there?
Because people don't talk about it. You didn't speak about it at the time.
I didn't speak to anyone. Nobody knew. My mother didn't know. My best friend didn't know. Nobody knew about it. And that's that. You know, that's another thing. I think people need to become trained in looking out for signs. You know, I was very good at hiding. He's was very charismatic, and you would I mean, even, you know,
charming. You think no one will believe you because he's so charming.
And a lot of people didn't. A lot of people, they were just like, no way would he do that. And I think, you know, that's the kind of, that's the fear, and you lose your self-esteem. It's like you can't function. You can't, you know, you can't function, and it's, I believe that you need to kind of, it needs to be on the map, it needs to be discussed, it needs to be out there, and people need to feel okay to come out with it and, you know, and ask for help.
For more Loose Women action, click here. And I'd subscribe if I were you. It's totally free, and it means you'll be kept up to date with new videos and exclusive YouTube content.
You think there can't be a God, you know, but then I did, because that's what got me through that. And I think when I look at a balloon floating around a room, to be brutal, I think it's the air conditioning